Hey everyone, it's Professor Clark, and in this lecture we are going to learn about the genitive plural of irregular nouns. So in the last lecture we learned about regular nouns in the genitive plural. Now we're going to learn some of the large number of irregular nouns in the genitive plural. A lot of these irregular nouns in the genitive plural are words for family, friends, and household objects. So unfortunately, they are very commonly used words, so you do have to know them. And there aren't a huge number of words in each group, but they are very important words that you will use over and over again, so you want to learn them now. And we're going to start with this first irregular noun type, which is where you have a mjaki znak plus ya in the nominative plural, and it becomes mjaki znak jef in the genitive plural. And we've got some very common words in this group. This is a small group, but it has, like I said, some very important and commonly used words, including brат, brother, and stool, chair. And we know that a noun is in this group rather than the next group we're about to go over because it is stem stressed. The stress is not on the ending normally in this group. Normally in this group, the stress is on the stem, as opposed to the next group, which looks the same at first, but the stress is on the ending. So, okay, this group, this ya-yef group, has the stress normally on the stem, and in the nominative singular, it looks pretty normal. So we have brat, brother. In the nominative plural, the ending is going to be mjaki znak ya. So brat, bratya. Stool, a chair, stulya. Platya, a dress, becomes platya. That looks pretty normal there. Дерево, a tree, becomes derevya. We're like, whoa! Not only did a o become a ya, but we have a stress shift. Indeed, these nouns can be a little bit freaky. And then in the genitive plural, we're going to keep that mjaki znak at the end of the stem and then add yef. So brat, bratyev. Stool, stulyev. Platya, platyev. Дерево, деревьев. So we actually have neuter nouns that take a yef ending in the genitive plural. This is pretty wild. Fortunately, there aren't that many of them, so I would recommend memorizing, especially brat and stool. Those get used all the time. Platya and дерево are pretty common too, so I would memorize those four nouns, and you should be in good shape with this noun type for the moment. Now we have our second irregular noun type where we have a stressed mjaki znak ya in either the nominative singular or the nominative plural that is going to turn to a stressed ye in the genitive plural. And these include feminine nouns like simya, family, and statya, article. And notice that they have a mjaki znak followed by a stressed ya in the nominative singular. And then in the nominative plural, they're going to look normal. We have simya, simyi, stress shift, but that's normal in a disyllabic noun. Statya, statyi, even more regular, no stress shift. And then simyi in the genitive plural, statyi in the genitive plural. And then what's really freaky is we have some masculine nouns that are in the same group. And these are very, very, very important words. They get used all the time. So, друг, male friend, becomes друзья in the nominative plural. Whoa, not only do we have this stressed ya ending coming out of nowhere, but g becomes z. We actually have kind of a strange, unexpected consonant mutation. So, друг, друзья. And then it becomes друзьи in the genitive plural, and note how we drop the mjaki znak and add ye. The same thing happens with muž, husband. Muž, muzja in the nominative plural becomes muži in the genitive plural. And then syn, son, becomes synovia. In the nominative plural, we add a whole suffix. We add this of and then this mякий знак я ending. And then it becomes synovyi in the genitive plural. So these nouns, you just have to know them. Fortunately, there's not a huge number of them, but the small number of them that exist does include these very important nouns like семья, друг, муж, and сын. And finally, we have some other irregular nouns that fit into this family and friends vocab. So mat and doch, mother and daughter, gain, as they always do when we add an ending, this yer suffix, and they become materi и дочери. Дядя, uncle, and тетя, aunt, become дяди and тети. You would expect them to drop their ya and gain a мягкий знак, but instead we get this ye ending. Сосед, neighbor, takes soft endings in the plural. So сосед, hard, соседи, nominative plural, soft, соседи, genitive plural, soft. Жена, wife, and сестра, sister, have a shifting stress and their ye goes to yo. So we have жена, nominative singular, becomes жены, nominative plural, and then жен, genitive plural. Сестра, sister, becomes сестры in the nominative plural, and сестер in the genitive plural. And finally, we have some nouns that have a completely different word in the genitive plural than what is used in the nominative. We've already seen this with год becoming лет when it goes into the genitive plural when we're counting years. And we have the same thing with ребенок, child, and человек, person. So ребенок, nominative singular, becomes дети in the nominative plural and детей in the genitive plural. Человек, person, becomes люди in the nominative plural. Just like we have person, people, they have человек, люди. And then in the genitive plural, it actually has two forms that are used under different circumstances. So it can be either людей or человек. It can have this form where the genitive plural is the same as the nominative singular. And we will learn more later about when we use that form. All right, that probably seemed like another crazy, huge info dump. So take some time to assimilate it and go over it as many times as you need. And take heart from the fact that this was the hardest part. And after this, the rest of the chapter should be a lot easier.